Alright, welcome back to the Straight Schmidt channel. I told you there'd be super truck content. Here it is, 2021. Probably built in 2020. I'll have to check on that. I've got 14,500 miles exactly on this truck. I've had it since the end of August, and it is flawless. Let's go for a little ride here. Welcome back to the Straight Schmidt channel. Please like and subscribe. It helps for all of us. And here we go. Now, this truck is bone stock. I haven't done a thing to it. 702 horsepower right out of the gate. You got 13 plus inches of front and rear travel for the suspension. You got around 12 to 13 inches of ground clearance. It's super muscular on the outside and underneath, but inside it's super luxurious. You've got leather everywhere, Alcantara, this red stitching. This has the red package. This has every option except for the carbon fiber pack. But when you have a truck that weighs 7,000 pounds, this little bit of carbon fiber trim in here isn't really going to help your 0 to 60 times. But and I'll put a screenshot in here of it, my best 0 to 60 time was 3.5 seconds, 12.1 mile at 109. That wasn't at the drag strip, that was just on the street. Didn't do anything with the tires, just left it in 4 auto. Didn't use launch control, just brake torqued it. That was it. I don't even remember what the temperature was, but it was probably pretty close to ambient temperature, maybe 60, 70 degrees. It wasn't super cold or anything like that, but absolutely fantastic. Fantastic truck. 12.2 miles to the gallon, so you're going to be visiting the Shells, the BPs, the whoever you're going to buy your gas from. When I was buying this truck, I knew I was buying this truck. I knew it didn't get good fuel economy. I didn't care. I wanted the truck because of the truck, not because I could get really good fuel economy. I knew I wasn't going to get that. You got 6.2 liter supercharged V8 in a 7,000 pound truck. You're not going to get any fuel economy. 12.2, that's at 62 cruise set, everything. I've seen as high as 13.2, but that was on a longer steady drive when we were on our way down from Moultrie, where we live, to Destin, where we're going to vacation. So that was just at a steady state cruise control, all that. Speaking of cruise, you've got radar cruise control, so it'll stop and start, and you can adjust the length in between you and the car ahead of you. That's a wonderful feature, especially if you live in a bigger city and you've got a lot of stop and go traffic. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just have to do a little light steering and you'll be fine. So again, you know, for me, the app that I downloaded was for the Shell station. The reason I did that is because it saves on fuel. So my wife and daughter's car and my truck, we've saved since I downloaded it, which was in September. It's now February. We've saved $120, I believe, on fuel, so that's definitely a good savings, because it's about $100 to fill this up each and every time. So I basically get a free fill up, well, free fill and a half, fill and a quarter. But yeah, super soft, super comfortable. Obviously, it has all the driving modes. We'll do a secondary video on that. You've probably seen a lot of that, but I'm going to go over a couple things that a lot of people don't really understand or recognize about this truck, and just that it's literally like an S-Class inside, like a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series inside, because again, everything is leather, metal, carbon fiber if you want it, Alcantara, front and rear ventilated seats, rear seats that are ventilated and heated. There are a ton of luxury cars out there and quote-unquote luxury pickup trucks that don't have rear ventilated seats. Plus the seats slide forward and recline, so it's super comfortable for people to to be in there. Shout out to Nick's Window Tint. They tinted our glass in here. Thank you for them. They did my wife's daughter's vehicle as well. But yeah, you're getting so much luxury in here, and so much, it's almost like two trucks in one, where you have a luxury car inside, and then as soon as you step outside, you have this big massive truck that can drive 60 miles an hour across the desert for an hour and just have the greatest time and go through deep snow and mud and go rock crawling and all that kind of stuff. But meanwhile, you're inside here just enveloped in this cocoon of luxury, which is, to me, it's amazing. I mean, even down to the fact that they wrap these grab handles in leather and then stitch them in red. I mean, they didn't have to do that, and they didn't just do it up here. The ones that are back here, they did those as well. So the rear seat passengers have just as much luxury, if not more luxury, than the front seats. You've got a wireless charging pad down here. You've got USB-C ports front and rear. You've got 4 up here. You got 4 back there. You can charge 8 different devices all at the same time. Plus you have a household outlet, and then you also have another USB-C, a USB outlet in here as well, so you can have something in there charging. Plus down in here, you've got a household outlet inside here, so you can charge something in there. You got coin holders, you got all your trigonometry stuff and all the little Easter eggs and stuff like that that they put in there for you. Tons of storage, great upper and lower glove box. Again, the seats are it's just super comfortable. And, you know, I mean, again, you're enveloped in luxury, but yet underneath the hood and on the outside, it's this massive, massive power plant that is just crazy ridiculous. The acceleration is nuts. I mean, you could run and make that noise all day long, and then all you do is press one button, drop the speed down to where you want it. Now your cruise is set. The steering is effortless because it helps you with that. You've got the beautiful panoramic roof. It's kind of a cloudy day today, so not much you can see, but you've got your roof controls up here. You've got your rear window controls, your sunshade controls are on here. You've got your lighting controls for up here. You've got your sunglass storage or your reading glass storage up here. The rear view mirror is a mirror plus it's a camera, so if you flip this switch like I have it right now, it's a camera in the back, which is great. I had the windows in the back tinted over the privacy glass, so it's pretty dark back there, but when you have a camera, you can see everything clear as day. It's fully adjustable as well. You've got your trailer brake control down here, your auxiliary switches. Obviously, if you're going to add lights and a winch and all that, everything's easily explained on how to hook all that stuff up, unless you're like me and you don't know any of that stuff and you'd rather just take it to somebody that can do it and they're responsible for it and not you. So I don't want to break my truck. I just got this truck. I love this truck. But and I love it. I put 14,000 miles on it since August, and it's now February, so it's pretty crazy. It's been going all over the place, and I just love driving it. It's just a great truck. I will say there's a couple of things. There's a little driveline clunk that happens. There are some trying to get that fixed. I guess there might be a fix for it now, but my dealer hasn't called me and says, hey, we have this fixed. I've been in there twice for oil changes. I've mentioned it. They said that something's coming, something's happening. I did have a four-wheeler rear end this truck, so the left rear side is bashed in. Now, it was a pretty big size four-wheeler. There was 3 people on that four-wheeler when it hit the truck. The truck was parked in front of my house. It did a lot of damage to the truck. It's $10,000 worth of damage to the truck, and fortunately nobody was hurt on the four-wheeler, and the four-wheeler was not able to drive away, but it just seems to me that there's a lot of damage, and it's pretty costly for the damage that's on there that I'll show you later on in another video. When you look at it, it doesn't look that much, but obviously you add the parts up and the labor, and it gets pretty high. But Other than that, I've never had a single check engine light. I've never had a single problem. It starts up every time. It does everything it's supposed to do every single time. It's just a perfect truck. I mean, there's like no other way you could have such power, such luxury, such stance, such presence, all in one thing. If you took an S580 Mercedes or a 7 Series and jacked it up 13 inches off the ground and put big muddy tires on it, you just have a Ram TRX. So I had 2 Raptors before this. I had a 17 and a 19, and I was waiting for this to come. I was waiting to get a good deal. I ended up getting a great deal from Quincy, the dealership in Quincy. It's Coastal Dodge Ram Jeep. Shout out to them. Hashtag Coastal Ram Jeep. The truck I got I had to pay over window sticker, but one thing after another that happened when I was buying the truck, I actually got it under window sticker, which is incredible to me to be able to do that, and to know that even if I put a bunch of miles on it, it's still going to be worth great money. The other thing is, I'm going to pull over here into this other lane. Now the truck automatically is slowing down right now. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm going through a construction zone. I'm coming up on a semi-truck, and the truck's slowing down. I was going 70. Now the truck slowed down to 45 or 30. So it's a beautiful thing. You don't even have to touch the gas or the brake. It just does its own thing. You barely have to steer, and all in all, it's fantastic. I've got not a single bad thing to say about it. Download that Shell app, or if you have a BP or Amoco, whoever you want to download one of those apps to save you on some fuel. It's going to help a little bit, but it's going to be well worth it, because each and every time you go to accelerate, you really don't care that you just spent $100 to put gas in it, because it's just awesome. There's just so many cool things. Even this back here, you've got cup holders, but in here, and these cup holders are redundant. There's 2 more back here for the rear seat passengers, but you also have a slot in here where an iPad can slot in here, so the rear seat passengers can watch an iPad on their journeys wherever they're going, and they can just sit there and watch the iPad and just kick back and sit and relax and have heat or ventilation on or whatever they want to do, and they can lean the seat back. They've got beverage holders back there. They put the iPad there. They're all good to go. So again, I can find no fault with this truck. That's just such an amazing truck, and literally overall quality has been absolutely perfect. I found literally zero flaws with this, except for that driveline clunk, but everything else has been perfect. Not a single oil leak, no buzz, no rattle, no nothing. Like, it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. I know there's some cars out there, and I know that some people have had issues with their TRXs, and they've had to go to the dealer, and that might not have been the best experience. But you know, I've never had an issue, and my dealer experience has been just absolutely stellar. They come and pick it up for me. I don't need another car to use, but I imagine if I did, they would give it to me. But they come and pick it up, they service it, they wash it, they bring it back. It's not a truck that can go through a commercial car wash because it's wide. It's 8 inches wider than a standard truck, and they tell you not to put it through the car wash because you could damage the car wash. More importantly, you could damage your truck, the big fenders and fender liners and everything like that are protruding way out. It's so funny too, because when you look in your side view mirror, the first thing you see is this enormous fender, and then when you look over here, you see nothing but an enormous fender, and then you see the rest of the road out there. It's pretty funny. It's just I remember years ago I had a Dodge Daytona, and when you were sitting in the car, you sat so low in that car that all you could see from the side view mirror was the rear wing. But then when you looked out the rear view, you saw the top of the rear wing, so it was kind of an interesting thing. And same here. I'm looking out the side. I see these huge fender flares, but yeah, it's a fantastic truck. Not a single thing I can even imagine that could be any better or change anything. I mean, a level kit, yeah. I mean, if you like that, I don't like the raked look as much. I like the front to be even with the back. I had a level kit put on my 2019 Raptor. It was great. It didn't change the ride or do anything like that. It was perfect. They just had to adjust the lights and obviously do the alignment. Will I do it to this truck? I don't know. Just because sometimes they get softly sprung, and if you're hauling a trailer or you've got some weight in the back, then the front end's sticking up, and then you look like one of those guys that have lifted their truck way up in the front, squatted it in the back. I think they're either bulldogging their truck or squatting it, squatted trucks or something. Not a look for me. Not a look for me. And it's funny too. I had somebody try to race me, and they just had these big, huge chrome pipes sticking out the back, but that was all they had. They didn't have any power, so nothing like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. New videos are coming. Exterior shots, engine shots, underneath shots. Everything's coming to this channel. So please don't forget to like and subscribe.